With the Chainsaw anime progressing, non-manga readers have undoubtedly fallen deeply in love with the character Makima. Now, in the eyes of everyone, she's the high-ranked public devil hunter and even seems to be human. However, all of this is far from the actual reality. And in this video, we will be talking about Makima, her skill, and the abilities that make her as powerful as she is. Beware, this may include some spoilers you weren't prepared for, but if you wouldn't mind, then stick around to the end of the video. Now, if you've been keeping up with things in the anime community, you most definitely must have heard the name Makima from the anime Chainsaw Man. However, if you haven't, then let's answer the question of who Makima is and what role she plays in the story. The character Makima is first introduced to us in the first chapter of the series, just after Denji's triumph against the Yakuza and the zombie. This beautiful young lady looks like she's in her mid-20s, and soon we realize that she, just like Denji, works as a devil hunter, but unlike him, works for public safety. But while this is all just the surface of who Makima is, there actually is a lot more to be uncovered. Now that would make a lot of sense, given that she had been introduced quite early on in the series, and so that made it very likely to get a rough sense of who she actually is. However, throughout the entire series, the abilities Makima showcased were quite broad, and this, we believe, was done intentionally to have us in the dark simply because of Makima's actual identity as a control devil that basically manifests the fear of control. With this knowledge, we start to draw out the lines, and the abilities she possesses start to make a whole lot of sense. And because of the physical and supernatural abilities that she has, alongside her manipulative and cunning personality, Makima is feared by both humans and devils alike all over the world, and this serves as a contributing factor to her power as a devil. But what are these abilities that everyone really fears? Well, the first on the list was her tremendous strength. Her identity as a control devil didn't exclude her from having physical strength. Instead, she had so much physical strength that she was able to effectively participate in hand-to-hand combat without the need of her subordinates. Then there is her heightened sense of smell. Denji had himself testifying to the fact that Makima had the ability to differentiate people just based on their sense. And to prove that, during their very first encounter, Makima easily discovers that Puchita was still very alive in Denji through his sense. Another very strong ability that she has is Domination, giving to how she manifests the fear of control or domination. Her abilities completely show off this side of her. Now, aside from her manipulative thought process and acting, Makima is also able to completely take control of anyone she believes is inferior to her, even to the point of getting them to make insane contracts with herself or some other devil. With this, it also seems like once her victim gets under her control, they eventually lose their entire memory, even to the point of changing their personalities. And this ability of hers works equally on animals, devils, humans, and hybrids alike. All she has to do is to channel the power of her poor victims by simply summoning them through a chain that she has connected to her body, or just placing her hand and then commanding these contracted devils as she speaks. And crazily enough, many believe that she has the ability to use the ability of Angel Devil, Snake Devil, Spider Devil, Future Devil, Punishment Devil, and even Zombie Devil, if that just isn't insane. Another ability of hers is one that we briefly touched on earlier, which is forced manipulation. She has even been shown to offensively manipulate an invisible force in a number of ways that are quite equivalent to Darkness Devil. And with this force, she has the ability to destroy weak targets from the inside by just staring them in the eye. Like that isn't already crazy enough, this power of hers can be used in different ways which depend on the situation. And looking at this ability that Makima possesses throughout the series only points to the fact that there are limitless applications that she can make use of her control abilities. There is also the belief that she is able to borrow the hearing ability from all forms of lower life, ranging from rats, birds, and so on, giving the advantage of having ears in all places, making it particularly hard to actually avoid or grasp. And when you actually think about it, it sure is extremely scary. She barely has to be physically present to know what's going on. However, there is always a way to get around this. As we saw when Kishibe and Quan Chi were having a conversation, they were able to get around this ability of hers by simply communicating by speaking or making sure they weren't in a place that had any other life forms around. Now, we said it was achievable, but certainly not easy. And accompanied by being able to borrow the hearing ability of these creatures is also her ability to transport herself speedily to where these creatures are. And finally is a technique she has where all she has to do is point her index finger to her victim to cause whatever damage she pleases by ripping a hole through the body of a fiend. With all of these abilities, it is only clear that Makima is for sure insanely overpowered and can be counted as one of the strongest devils in the world of Chainsaw Man, but it is much expected from a control devil. That said, we have finally come to the end of this video, and hopefully we were successfully able to look through all that makes Makima one hell of a powerful character in the series. However, do let us know what you think in the comments section below, and what you think about Makima's character. Also, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and turn on your post notifications so you never miss an upload. Thank you very much for watching!